He was all personality, wasn't he? He
was.
showed up at the studio one time and just surprised us.
Guess what? That was the biggest surprise. I don't think anybody's ever fooled me quite like that ever. He did. Yeah. He pulled it off.
When we paused for a little bit, Billy had some choice words of why we were pausing, and then it flipped totally. And Book showed up in there. We were like, "What?"
That was a lot of fun.
We'll
I passed him in the parking lot. And I looked right at him, but I just didn't register because, he was kind of had his hat down. He was looking away and trying to disguise himself. And I just went right into the studio, full bore. I'm like coming in hot like you, Dave. But, we sent out our condolences. He was a great guy, and we'll do the show in dedication to him today, okay? Great day today. Come on out to LaScala's. This is the place to watch the game. I know you, PJ, I know you love the food here. When you first came in here last year, you were like, wow, this place is phenomenal.
The food's great, the atmosphere. I mean, it really has a good vibe here for sure.
Dave, this is like a Miami feel to it.
I'm not sure you can beat this. We're on the beach.
Yeah.
So, listeners, you're on the beach. You're looking at the ocean.
You're looking at palm trees.
And palm trees that they import every year.
The Atlantic Ocean.
It's unbelievable. You feel like you're in Tampa, don't you?
Can't get any better than this.
Speaking of Tampa, it's going to be real hot down there, as we alluded to.
Oh, yeah.
103, that's no joke, PJ, right? I mean, you're in the medical field. Dave does those Klemic performance methods, so when you're going to play in that type of condition, you got to be hydrated.
And this is the time of year down in Florida where it's not just that it's 103. It's going to be humid. It's going to be heavy. You're going to have to you're going to have to really be tolerant of that and get a lot of fluids in you and make sure you're all right out there.
And Dave, bigger guys, right? They suffer in heat, real big guys, and they have a hard time.
Well, yeah, I think one of the factors today, I wrote this in my notes, that conditioning is going to be a factor, and there's going to be guys cramping up. There's going to be guys calf cramps. You're going to be on the sideline, IVs. That's going to be a factor today. So I don't know which way. Probably against us because we're used to playing in cooler climates.
Yeah.
So that
would be like coming to Philadelphia in the snow, right?
Yep.
When we take on a team from the South, they got to come up to Philadelphia in January, late January, and play us. Look at the Rams.
Well, we went down a day early, so they went down Thursday this week.
Get acclimated.
To get acclimated to the heat,
Yeah.
Well, last week I took a lot of heat from you guys. Out of all the guys that we had, Scott Grayson, Fran McLaughlin, Nicky Earnshaw, fantasy football guru Brian Hartley, Dave Klemic, Mark Rhymes, Josh Hennig, I was the only one to take the Rams, and I looked like a genius up until halftime.
Wow.
Right?
It could have gone either way.
I caught holy you-know-what, PJ.
Oh, yeah.
They were saying, what are you taking, a page out of Negadelphia's book?
Listen. The Rams were a tough battle, but we got there. We got the W. It was, not the cleanest, most dominant W, but it was a W.
Dave, how did they come back? How did they come back?
All right, so you let it loose, and they played no huddle on the second half. Now, let me tell you what that does real quick. Just real quick. If you go no huddle, you keep that defense in the coverage that you want. So let's say they're in cover 2. It keeps them in cover 2 as you're moving down the field, so you can make plays to go against cover 2. They can't change their personnel, and they can't change their coverage. Really, very little. So it makes them predictable while you are pushing.
Because if they do try to switch, they can usually hike the ball.
Yeah, I'm not saying we do that all game. We should start changing the pace and going no huddle a couple times.
Well, let's get to the technical part of this equation, Josh, because you're very technical. But do you think Petula you think he was calling the plays in the second half? Because what did I say, Dave and PJ, before the game? I said we needed somebody that's vocal, and Jalen Hurts is not that guy, blah, blah. And then, lo and behold, at halftime you saw Jalen Hurts get into a heated discussion with Kevin Petula.
Look, first of all, Petula is calling the plays, okay? Let's stop with the conspiracy theories. It's unsubstantiated by certain imbeciles who work in Philadelphia, okay, number one. Number two, we do know for a fact that at halftime, the players went to the coaching staff and had a conversation. We do know that for a fact. Now, we don't know, was that Jalen? Was that A.J. Brown? Was that all the guys together? Third, from the moment Lane Johnson left the game, Jalen Hurts' time to throw the ball went from 3 seconds to 1.5. Okay. So you literally cut the quarterback's throwing time in half. And this is where I want to throw it to you, Billy, and then Dave. Because I went and watched the All-22. There were numerous times that Matt Pryor just failed at life. The guy is a loser, all right? He couldn't block anyone. Like, there was one play, Hurts got sacked, and Pryor missed his block,
There's an
stood like
Ole,
this,
Ole.
and then turned around. I was like, oh, no, my quarterback got hit. But there were other times where the receivers, first for Billy, then Dave, the receivers weren't running their routes properly. You could tell sometimes they're too close together. They weren't hitting the point. And Hurts would be dropping back, 3-step drop, Billy. And you understand that the timing is everything, right?
Timing is everything.
And so if the quarterback hits that 3-step drop, plants his foot, it's getting ready to throw the ball. There was that one ball where they had the two receivers within like a yard of each other. And you saw Devontae yelling at Jahan Dotson. So, Billy, for you played the quarterback position. You understand if the receivers aren't doing their job, and now the quarterback has to hold the ball longer, right?
Especially with timing is everything. Especially in this offense with Jalen Hurts, it seems to be if he gets knocked off a little bit, his timing's off. It affects his passing game. But I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought they went to a man situation early in the beginning of the game. They were in a zone, and that's harder for the guys to get over.
Well, it was overlapping, and Dave, you can speak to this as well. If half the field is zone, half the field is man, it definitely can throw you off as an offense, right?
Well, unless I personally am not usually messed up unless I'm running a crossing route and you're changing zones.
But they were running a lot of crossers.
Yeah. So I'm so glad you said that, actually, Josh, because I've noticed, and I didn't want to say anything, but watch Devontae Smith and watch A.J. Brown. They run lazy, non-quarterback friendly routes. Quarterback friendly routes mean you're not working up the field after you make your breaks. They don't take hard breaks. If you watch John Mechie and Jahan Dotson, they run clean, crisp routes. Right. And you watch Devontae, maybe they're tired. Maybe they're nursing a hamstring. I don't know. But they're lazy routes. And that's affecting the ability to create separation. A.J. Brown catches the ball. He's always getting tackled, but he's so strong.
Right.
There's no separation. There's no separation.
So he
at all.
wants Jalen Hurts, P.J., to put that ball like a 50-50 ball. He says, "I'll just get it out there. I'll get it." But I think Jalen Hurts is reluctant sometimes.
He doesn't want to take that.
He doesn't want to take that chance.
They're running lazy routes, Josh. You noticed it.
He hasn't thrown an interception all year. You know what I mean? So
he's more conservative with. But to be honest with you, though, on a few plays where I'll be honest, they had good coverage on AJ. But he came up on top.
Yeah.
Like, when they did throw it to him, he was able to get – and once it's in his hands, it's hard to bring him down. And he makes the move and gets a few extra yards. And
Yak.
Hit it
after catch.
Yeah, hit him. Hit him with the ball.
We got a great show lined up today. We're broadcasting live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine. Come on down. Watch the game here. They got all these big screen TVs right in front of the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's not a bad seat in the house.
Nah, they must have 20 TVs here.
Of course, the food is excellent. Come on down. We got a great show lined up. Today we'll be getting the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market. We'll talk to him at about 10:30. And then hour 2 at 11:30, we'll talk with my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant. PJ, my team stinks. You and I were like, you beat me last week, right?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago last week?
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I stink. I'm 0-3.
Nah, you know what? It's a long season. It all depends on injuries, but, you'll get back in there, Billy. You'll be all right. Yeah.
All right, you ready to go, Dave Klemic?
Go to the 3-point stance.
Let's get a 3-point stance. All right, the first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime at 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, former wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. Later today, the Birds head down to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers in Week 4.
1st and 10 Bucs up across the 40. Mayfield back, dancing around. He is sacked back at the 30.
Pregame coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Super Bowl champs play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemic. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemic sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey. See site for full terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schweim with you, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, and, of course, former wide receiver of the Kansas City Chiefs, Dave Klemic, Mainland Product, and Josh Hennig producing, co-hosting today. He's a busy man like always. And, guys, big game for the Eagles, 3-0. But I got to tell you, I got a stat for you that's not too good. Do you realize Nick Sirianni has a 1-4 record versus Tampa Bay? Yeah. And against the rest of the NFL, he's 56-19. They just can't go. They can't go down, and they can't beat Tampa Bay.
They got a number.
That is interesting. I did not know that, and I know a little bit about this rivalry. So
in 2024, Week 4, Tampa Bay beat us 33-16. 2023 in the wild card playoff, they smoked us. The score doesn't indicate how it wasn't even close. It was 32-9, and it wasn't even that close. Yeah. They embarrassed us. And then in 2023, earlier in the season, week 3, we beat Tampa Bay 25-11. Don't even remember that game, to be honest with you. It didn't really leave an indelible mark on my head. Then in 2021, Tampa Bay beat us 31-15 in the wild card, and then during week 6 they beat us again 28-22. So they got our number.
Yeah.
Did we ever play them here?
Yeah, we played them here. Matter of fact, we played them in the playoffs and lost to them.
Most of those games were in Tampa.
Yeah.
But we should note that 3 of those 6 games were without A.J. Brown. So it should be noted that 3 of the 5 losses, no A.J. Brown. 2 of the 5 losses, no Lane Johnson.
And
so,
one of them had no Jalen Hurts, right?
No, Hurts played in all of them.
The second half of or something like that. But
no,
one was Devontae Smith and
Well, that was last year. Last year, no Smith, no Brown, no Lane Johnson. So there is a bit of a skewing. Because I talked with Jenna Lane, who covers the Bucs yesterday for ESPN, and she was talking about how she said that, a lot of times in this matchup, the Bucs have done a great job of taking advantage of the Eagles' weaknesses. And it's one of those deals where, and Dave, you can talk about this. I'm sure in the game planning during the week, the coaches are sitting there saying, hey, we've been able to do X, Y, Z against them before. So what can we do this time against them, right?
Yeah, and you know what? Todd Bowles actually, other people probably do this around the league, but I think he coined the phrase like designer blitz.
Yes.
Like where he designed just for that game. You can't watch it on film because he's not going to show it on film. It's just for the specific teams. There may be other teams. Probably other guys do it. No one else coined the phrase. Vic Fangio coined the Predator defense. Todd Bowles has the designer blitz, which is kind of cool because I see people blitzing through different gaps and stuff like that, which you don't see on film. He'll blitz a matchup from a corner through the B gap.
Right.
Like he's not coming around the outside like normal corners do.
So he just draws it up for a specific team.
So there's no film on it.
Dave, does it get in the players' heads? I know that every year's different, and the slate's washed clean, but we haven't beaten Tampa Bay down there in a while. Does it get in the players' head?
It's the people that were there. Yeah, a little bit. Jalen's been there forever. He's gonna
Sirianni.
Right. Those guys get it, and they're gonna like.
Do you
have
think they press? You think they're pressing?
You know, I remember there was a couple games like in the NFL where like we own this team. We own this team when we own San Diego. We're not losing to San Diego. You just feel like you're the big bro.
So you won the game just before you even stepped on the field.
Yeah, that's kind of how we felt about it. But when it comes to that was just us. Yeah. But I know there's certain games that we felt like they were our little bro. We're going to beat them no matter what.
Well, we're banged up a little bit. I mean, we have Adoree Jackson. He was limited Friday.
He is doubtful to play today. The expectation is that if he's a game time decision with his groin and Dave, soft tissue injury.
Yeah, he's going to be thinking about it a lot.
Right.
I don't like that. I like Keely Ringo to start. I don't like when people are fast guys like Adoree Jackson are thinking about groins and hamstrings. Just let them sit out.
Rest it up.
We got Zach Bond. He's banged up. He's got a knee problem.
He's fine though.
I know, but I'm just reading it off. Jahad Campbell, triceps. He's got a little problem. Lane Johnson had a stinger like last week.
Lane practiced all week.
Right, I know. Okay. Tanner McKee still with his right thumb, and Will Shipley the oblique. But we also lost Nolan Smith.
Yeah, so I just want to preface this by saying I'm not dismissing what you said, Billy, but anytime the guys, and Dave can verify this, anytime the guys practice all week and they're full participants, I'm not worried about the injuries. You worry if they're not practicing or if they're limited, right, Dave?
When they report, what are they required to report? Because I've seen people practice, limited practice. Like, we used to limited practice Priest Holmes. He was fine. But we limited practice
That's my point.
Because he got so many
But
carries.
he was still out there practicing.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, when back in the day when Rick Tocchet got traded to Pittsburgh, I was out there all the time. I don't think I ever saw Mario Lemieux practice once. The greatest player in the history.
He's fine.
Right? Never saw him. I never saw him in the practice facility. I never saw him on the ice, and I was there a lot. So I would imagine that your starters, your A1s, your number ones, they're fine, like Josh said.
But camp injuries.
But to hit on what you were saying at the back end, so Nolan Smith, he's on the injured list. So he retweaked the tricep that he had surgery on this offseason. So that's why he's on injured reserve. Doesn't need surgery, but apparently it's inflamed. Also, Jacorian Bennett, he was put on injured reserve. So you're a down pass rusher. You're down a corner. The good news
Tampa's banged up, too.
They're more banged up than you.
Yeah.
No Mike Evans.
That's huge.
For this game.
Yes.
How many times has Mike Evans destroyed our lives as Eagle fans, right? That guy is a beast mode, future Hall of Famer. Also, Baker Mayfield. He's questionable to play.
Oh, really?
He has a right bicep issue. Jenna Lane was telling me yesterday on your 97.3, she was saying that Baker is a game-time decision, basically. She expects him to play. She says Todd Bowles expects him to play, but if there's any setback pregame, they will not play him. Also, not one, but two Buccaneers offensive linemen are injured for this game. Their left guard and their right tackle. Now, the good news for Tampa is they got Tristan Wirfs back this week, but so they have 3 of their 5 starters.
So they're banged up, and that would be the reason why the Eagles are 3-point favorites.
Correct.
3.5.
Yeah, we got a little favor there, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
3.5? Yeah, 3.5.
It's going to be
You
hard
like that,
not to
Mr.
be
Negadelphia?
I think it's going to be hard for us not to be favored.
You going to load up? Who you loading up on?
I'm not loading up on this game with the track record. No.
Hey, I want to send a shout-out to Mark Grimes. He was up at the Ryder Cup.
Oh, yeah.
He's on his way back from the Ryder Cup. He's listening to us. He picked the Eagles last week, and I'll tell you what, you guys all gave me a hard time, but, at the end of the first half, Josh and I were sitting here having lunch at LaScala's, enjoying the game, and we're like, it was 26-7. Dave, when you get down that quick, that big, that early, like you would have thought most teams would have folded up, right? And so that's it. But not the Eagles. They fought back. I got to give them credit.
Yeah, you know what's kind of crazy is I was looking at the score and how much we score in the first half versus what we score in the second half.
Yep.
We score in the fourth quarter, I think 44 points in the fourth quarter. Like we have for the first 3 quarters, we only have 39 points in the season.
Takes us a little while to get warmed up.
Yeah, but I just, I don't understand. But if we can open it up a little bit in the first half and just don't get that far behind, we can have those aesthetically pleasing
That's
wins
what I
that
want.
you're looking
PJ,
for.
what? This team is ready for this? 19-1 in their last 20 games. And Dave, aesthetically pleasing, we get wins and they're ugly wins. I mean, last week, Josh, did you think they were going to win at halftime? I got up and left. I was so pissed.
Wait, PJ.
Did you think they were going to come back and win that game?
Listen, I didn't know if they would come back and win, but I definitely thought you would get a better effort out of them because they are one of the best in-game adjustment teams in the NFL. There's a reason why in the last 25 games in the second half, Vic Fangio's defense have only allowed 9 points in the second half of games. He's allowing 14 in the first half on average, 9 in the second half. So there's something to be said for the fact that this team does make in-game adjustments. Now, I think what was frustrating more so about the first half, Billy, was how ugly it was. Like, it wasn't just they were losing, right? It was the fact that when Lane Johnson left the game, Matt Pryor was getting beaten like a rag doll. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little worried about Landon Dickerson.
They put Fred Johnson in after a while.
Well, they put Fred Johnson halfway through the third quarter. And if you notice, from that moment on, that's when the scoring started.
Yeah.
Because Fred Johnson put his foot in the ground and said, enough.
But another thing, another observation, Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball. He was taking chances, and it turned out well for him. I mean, he was throwing the ball to A.J. Brown. He was covered.
Yeah.
He made that one-handed catch. He made the touchdown catch.
And the results were good.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like, we were getting a lot of failures there. When he does do it, we have good. And then it starts opening up for the running game so Saquon can have a little more success there too.
Dave, let me ask you this real quick before you chime in. When you get back to the huddle, you're like, I'm open. Throw me the ball.
Well, there's no huddle when you're no huddle.
Yeah, you know what I mean. As a former wide receiver in the NFL, if you're open, you're going to tell your quarterback,
well,
right?
Yeah, if you're and we all think AJ Brown's like some diva. I know Josh doesn't think so. I don't really think he's a diva, but he's a star player. He wants the ball. He wants to be a contributor, and I can't blame him for that. Yeah. I was trying to get back to find out, how did you watch the game in Ireland? You were in Ireland golfing.
Were you with Rosie O'Donnell over there?
I'm going to tell you, the Irish like the Eagles.
Really?
Dude, well, they were green.
Let me tell you, there was they had every NFL game on in every bar. And I think if there was more soccer games that day, they probably would have gone the other way. But they watch football over there. They're big football fans in Ireland.
I heard you met somebody that I know over in Ireland.
You can't go. Listen, you can't go anywhere in the world without finding someone that knows Dave. We're in the spa. This guy comes in. I start talking to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's like, where'd you go?" He's like, "Northeast." I was like, "You going to Northeast?" I was like, "Wait." And so then, sure enough,
Yeah,
you
guy
know how
went
it
to
goes,
school with,
man.
yeah.
You know, it was crazy.
All right, on the other side, we're going to get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market. We'll talk to Scott, and he'll give us a little breakdown of what he sees with the Birds. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about LaScala's Beachhouse. We love it here. It opened 2 summers ago now to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian-American and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at LaScala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScala'sBeachhouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Jalen Hurts, when he is given the proper amount of time, can be as surgical with his accuracy, with his ball placement, as any quarterback in the National Football League in the drop-back passing game. And then, oh, by the way, if he's got to take off and run it on a design quarterback run, he can do that too. He is top 5 and not 5.
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again, again and again. Call and again, again and again.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep, bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer, now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing a schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
We're famous for our buffalo wings. The Piccalilli. When it comes to cooking wings, we're the king. The Piccalilli.
Nothing goes better together with championship football and playoff baseball than the Piccalilli Inn. For game time, skip the lame chains and order the Piccalilli Inn's world-famous wings for eat-in or carry-out in 6 packs to go. Get your chicken wing fix on Route 206 in Chemung, New Jersey. Visit Piccalilli.com.
If you can't stop in, stop back. The Piccalilli Inn.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schwein with you, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and Josh Hennig. We're getting you guys, getting everybody ready for this big Eagles game. They could be 4-0 at the end of this. Could you imagine? Last year we had a 2-2 start.
I mean, it's good to start off strong, right? I mean,
these ugly wins. I don't like it, but it's a win's a win. And now it's time to get the keys of the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Scott Grayson. Good morning, Scotty Grayson.
Good morning, Billy. How we doing today?
So you guys, everybody got mad at me last week because I was the only one to pick the Rams. And at the end of the first half, I looked like a genius. Not so fast because they came back to win. Scott, is that amazing? Like, this team just wins.
Well, to me, I was saying that was the weirdest game I think, ever seen or ever covered. That was, and I've covered. I mean, listen, I was there for 4th and 26. Yes. When they got that, this was. I could not believe the way that they went through those 4 possessions, 12 plays, -9 yards, and went into the locker room, and just looked like a completely different offense. And so, you look at that and you go, wow, I mean, you're lucky to get away with that. But you got to look at that as well and say, but, I mean, there's some adversity they had to fight through. They could have packed that thing up so many times and been like, well, we're 2-1. It is what it is. We're the Super Bowl champs. That was a big win. And I think we're going to file that away later and look at it. And depending on how seeding goes, that could be a big win for tie-breaking status with the Rams because that's a good football team and they're going to win a lot of games. But then you look at it now, and you say, okay, you're going to have a different kind of adversity today. But what they showed last week, I think, could really help them today at different times because they're going to have to dig deep to get through some of that heat as they take on the Bucs today.
That's well said, Scott. I even said to Dave, who played the NFL, like when you get a team down like that big at halftime, you're right. They could have just packed it in. That's a character builder. That shows you what intestinal fortitude, Grayson. They didn't give up, which is really, like, in today's game, that's amazing.
It is because early in the season especially, you'll see teams just decide to pack it in down like that because the Rams had their number. And on the flip side, I mean, Sean McVay changed his game plan. He started playing the clock. And whenever you take your foot off the gas pedal, I think it really does, send a message to your team that you can give up now. And just kind of like, we've got this one in the bag. We just have to fight through it. And they didn't do that. The Rams took their foot off the gas pedal and allowed the Eagles, frankly, to come into it. But there's some things that I saw in that second half that the question today I'm really looking forward to seeing is, will they incorporate some of that today? Like the no-huddle offense in a game with heat like this. And Dave can talk about this. When you can't substitute, you don't have to snap the ball right away. But if you get right up on the line and you make the other team have to stay in there, give me a lot of Saquon today. Give me a lot of A.J. Dillon today. Wear them down, make them, really start getting weak on that line, and then you can start attacking some things to the air. I know everybody wants to see them go to the air and kind of build off what happened in the second half. To me, I think this is a game where you have to follow last year's mold. You have to wear these guys down defensively in that heat because they got to play in it too. And then eventually you can start loosening things up and attack them. But I want long, sustained drives today. I think that would really help this Eagles team wear down that Bucs defense.
Hey, Scott, Dave Klemic. We're going to change gears a little bit on this one, and it's a kind of a story within a story. But my favorite part of that game didn't happen until afterwards when they were interviewing Jalen Hurts, and they said, what did you think about that game? He goes, I just knew he was going to block it. I just knew Jordan Love was going to block it. And I could see how, in his eyes, how proud he was of a young defensive lineman, which he probably doesn't even – you would think a quarterback isn't even thinking about it. He's like, I got to do my job. He was so proud. He was, like, looking off into the distance, and you could see how proud he was. I feel like at that moment I saw him blossom into an amazing leader. That game, that's what I noticed, and I don't know if you noticed that too, but that was my biggest takeaway.
No, I loved it. And you know what I also loved was the fact that both he and A.J. Brown after the game were talking about how they need to be more aggressive as an offense. You're seeing some leaders step up And I think there had to have been some meetings this week with Kevin Patullo about how they go about doing some of those things. And so I'm looking forward to some of that too. I agree with you. I think Jalen has exhibited a lot of good leadership skills, and this was another one. And you saw the video of him on the sideline. I mean, he just stayed, again, just so level as the ball was blocked. And then you mentioned Jordan Davis. I mean, this guy to me, and I know it's only 3 games, but I think he's got to be right now, the most valuable player on that defense so far. And it's all contributed to what he did in the offseason, losing that weight, being able to track down Matthew Stafford on that one play was just so impressive to keep them, to a 4th down. And then also, without that weight, he has to be able to jump a little bit higher, right? So I think that's
absolutely.
I think that's all part of what allowed him to make these plays. It's amazing. And I think Jordan Davis deserves a ton of credit so far this season. And now you're going to see how that conditioning works out today in that heat as well.
Yeah. Hey, Scott, P.J. Corda here, just saying, I think the conditioning for the team it says a lot. And going into a stadium where it's going to be 100-plus degrees and us coming off of that, I mean, I think it shows the level of conditioning Davis did. And if he stays on those lines and the rest of them, I think we'll have a good defensive play there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And listen, Baker Mayfield's banged up too. I mean, I think to me, if they want to throw the ball and they don't have Mike Evans, you've got Tristan Wirfs, an offensive lineman. Their best offensive lineman is also banged up. If you can get to Baker and put some hits on him, I think he can force some turnovers. So there's certainly a lot there to watch defensively in this game. They're going to have to deal with substituting. They're going to have to, and they're thin. The Eagles are thin on the defensive line as well. Nolan Smith on IR right now. They don't get Nakobe Dean back until next week at the earliest. So, they have to find some sort of a pass rush somewhere. And frankly, Jalen Carter needs to play a little better too. And if he does that, I think you'll see a domino effect that allows everybody else to be able to get in there and make some plays.
All right, Scott Grayson, now it's time for your keys to the game, brought to you by Blitz's Market.
What is number 1? What do I always put number 1, Billy? You got to win the turnover battle.
Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, if the Eagles don't turn the ball over, then I think they win this game. So that's a big deal to me. You got to be able to do that. And if they do that, then I think you're going to be looking at, certainly a win. I think number 2, you've got to be able to command the long sustained drives. To me, if you want to, like I talked about with the Heat, if you want to put the Bucs in a tough spot, you've got to be able to have some long sustained drives and put them in a tough spot to defend you. They've done a great job of this as well. Once you get down inside the red zone, the Eagles, to me today, have got to turn those into touchdowns and not settle for field goals. They've been perfect all year, like the only team in the NFL to do that. So if they can do that and turn those into 7 points instead of 3, I think those are the way to win today. But I do expect this to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a good one. And I don't think either team is going to pull away for this one. I expect it to be tight.
All right, Grayson, now it's time for your pick. Let's just give me a prediction today.
I've been going back and forth. I almost was ready to pick the Bucs today, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I think the Eagles have the ability to be able to overpower and eventually wear down the Bucs. And like I said, they're banged up too. So I'm taking the Eagles to win today, 27-24.
27-24. Very hot Raymond James Stadium down here today, 103 degrees. I think there's thunderstorms in the area. That could be a factor. It's tropical down there, so you could be dealing with some rain. Once again, Jalen Hurts hasn't turned the ball over. And I think, you say it every week, but it's true, Scott. If they don't turn the ball over, they're going to win the game.
Yeah, they're that good of an offense, right? And their defense is that good, too.
Are you getting arrested right now? Are you getting arrested?
No. Listen, I'm in Newark right now. For a travel baseball tournament with my son. Yeah. Newark
guys
is,
are rolling up on you back there, Grayson. Look behind them. They're going to roll up on him.
They heard Grayson's pick and they want to roll. He's up in Giant Jets territory.
I'm in Giants territory here, Ed.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, what is this winning game stuff? How does that happen?
Well, Scott, listen, I hope your predictions. I'm still teetering what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to pick.
Don't you panic, Billy. Don't you panic. You did that last week.
But as the host, I get to go last. So I get to see what all you guys do, and then I can make up my mind up at the very end. But, Scotty, as always, we appreciate you. Let's go, Birds, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, you got it, guys. Have a good one.
All right, there he is, Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. We get the keys to the game brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. I miss my in the summer on the way to the studio. I can stop by Blitz's and pick it up. Now I'm coming from Collingswood, so I don't get a chance to get into Ocean City.
You let me know, man. I'll bring it over.
Can you bring some over?
Yeah, I'll do it next week. Yeah, absolutely.
And you get the locker room cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a big
you
perk.
mentioned the locker room, you get $1 off. Like
I'll be telling him.
Like he needs $1 off.
I'll tell him. Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Scott Grayson makes a really good point that this team, they took a step a really big step. You even said it. They took a big step. That shows that they overcame adversity. They persevered. They were getting waxed at halftime, and they came back to win that game. Dave, I think that does a lot for chemistry.
Absolutely. I was thinking, and when you put the ownership back on the players, they gel more.
Right,
You know what I mean? When they're being told what to do, they'll play to a certain level. But when they think it's coming from within, you start to gel more. It becomes about each other a little bit more. So I saw that happen the second half, and they just opened up their offense. And people that were frustrated, like, oh, Jalen Hurts, they can't pass the ball. Well, look what he did in the second half, threw for almost 200 yards in the second half.
It's unbelievable. Like Grayson said, it was -9 total offense in the first half.
Yeah.
Think about that, -9. Like if you tried to do that, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, but it's great to see a comeback, too. Everybody loves to watch a second-half comeback. Team does what you want, and you get to see them.
I was sitting with Josh here at LaScala's. I said, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Ready to roll.
Yeah, I was.
I said, I'm not sitting. I'm not. I'd rather, you know what? Here's my philosophy. I'd rather leave and listen on the radio and have them come back and win than stay and watch that. That's how bad it was. Right, Josh? It was horrible. We had to sit through that first half. It was painful.
Well, you know what's good, Josh. I'll jump in after you.
I was just going to say that I think part of the thing is, to kind of tap into the fandom part of this. As fans get so frustrated because we are watching the game, and it's like I see it, Billy sees it, PJ sees it. I'm not including it for a reason, Dave. Everyone sees it, but we're like, well, why don't the coaches and the players see it? Like if we can see on the TV tape why the wide receivers almost running into each other. We're seeing on the TV tape, why is Matt Pryor getting blown up and no one's doing anything about it? Like, Dave, there's a part of it that's like for the fan, in our mind, it's like when something goes wrong, something should be done about it. And then when it takes an entire half plus 15 minutes at halftime to take care of it, there's a part of people like Billy that are like, come on, guys, what are we doing here?
Well, I think they trust themselves and each other to a certain degree. From the outside, you're going like, you think that you're so educated on it,
right?
When you're on the inside of and I'm on the outside now. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm in the media
but the way he posed the question is because you were on the inside.
Yeah.
You got to see the inner workings of an NFL locker room.
Yeah, there's certain things where you go, all right, we're gonna have to lay this back on Jalen. Can somebody please take this over? Because like you're getting frustrated at your coach. That's what happens when you're silent like that. Your players like call something different. Because if you look at it, we average like 3.6 yards on a play attempt,
right?
Not rush or whatever. That's pretty low in the league. It's like 30th. Then second down, we average like 3.8. That's like 31st in the league.
Right.
And then we convert third downs at like 44%, and we always make it on fourth down. So we actually have an extra down. So you're just going, what? We're going so slow, and we have all these explosive players. That's where I was getting frustrated. Like, what about all the – and then the second half, we just let loose.
Let me ask you this, Dave, because you, like I said, you lived it. That's why we have him on the show, PJ.
It's
right? The guy's
great perspective.
Wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
The players and the coaches, when they go in the film, they know who does what. Like he was talking about Pryor. He's standing around doing an Olay block. When you see that on film, everybody in the locker room sees and the coach points it out. Like, look at this. What were you doing on that play? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, what neat stat is now they're tracking now is yards of separation by the receiver.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's really neat. In the second half, you can that's been in the locker room for a while. It's now being put on TV and stuff like that.
Right.
But we were able to see yards of separation. You have guys are quality control guys that say this guy's open. This guy's been open every single play. Second half, you make your adjustments.
Okay.
Well, now the fan can see it.
Yeah.
They can see A.J. Brown's been open this much. You're not throwing to him. So you're
as long
seeing
as he's not reading a book,
on the
PJ,
inside.
we're all right.
Yeah, and sometimes he's so open, we see it too. You know, we notice it. And we're like, hey, you know, you might want to throw it to him. You know what I mean?
All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. We're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down to LaScala's and watch the game with the crew. We'll be here and cheer the Eagles to a big win over the Tampa Bay Bucs. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're headed to Arrowhead as the Baltimore Ravens fly into Kansas City to battle the Chiefs. The Ravens' dynamic offense is led by Lamar under center and King Henry in the backfield. Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes will roast your defense and leave them with burnt ends.
Got a man open inside the 10. Touchdown! It's a perfect throw from Mahomes.
It's the Ravens at the Chiefs this Sunday on Sports USA.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Philadelphia Eagles football.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties from brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Warm up this fall with an incredible seafood boil. Try the Uncle George with succulent snow crabs, tasty mussels, and shrimp. There's the Pete's Feast with 2 pounds of sweet succulent crab legs, a dozen shrimp, clams, and a pound of mussels. Or create your own boil. Add a lobster tail or a delicious Dungeness cluster. Include smoked sausage, corn, and potatoes, served in our tasty broth, made with white wine and our signature seasonings. a shellfish lover's dream at Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's, the official sports bar of your world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Go where the players go. Come join us all season for Eagles pep rallies, watch parties, and the best in-game experience anywhere. Ice cold draft beer, world famous food, and fan-friendly fun for every Eagles game. Every Monday night in South Philly, the Jordan Mailata Show, presented by Miller Lite, followed by Chickie and Pete's Players Lounge with a current player, hosted by Ike Reese and Hugh Douglas. Go where the players go. Chickies and Pete's.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schweim with you. P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia. Of course, he's brought to you by the Vassar Pool Service. Not happy with your pool people? Call the Vassar Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Drag and tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Vassar Pool Service. And, of course, Clement M., Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers with us. Josh Hennig, we're getting you ready for Eagles football. 1 o'clock kickoff. Catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN. Mike and Merle with the call. And, Alex, back at the studio, you just said that who got fined?
Jalen Carter got fined. So he got fined for an unsportsmanlike call that was called against him in the previous game. And PJ had having this conversation before the show about how, so for those who don't know, the NFL has been cracking down like really hard on unsportsmanlike to the point now where it's getting extreme. Like, everyone's getting fined. I mean, Big Don's getting fined for being on a cell phone.
for being on a cell phone.
I think he'll get away. I think he'll appeal that, and they'll take it down to like.
But they did appeal it, and they overturned it.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're getting like 15 to 20 people a week. Every week they're getting.
I get the emails from the NFL. There's like a laundry list every week of just like, all right, you're fine, you're fine. It's like, first of all, can we just all be honest? There's got to be something legally off about this.
Oh, definitely.
Like, if I'm the Players Association,
Was it Troy Vincent? He's the doesn't he enforce that?
Well, no, he works for the NFL though.
Right, and they're the ones that.
What I'm saying is, like, Dave, I don't know about you, but like, if the whole league just keeps finding guys, there's got to be some point where the Players Association's got to step in and be like, hey, you're just taking money out of our pocket for no reason.
Well, here's what happens. If you have a uniform violation, let's say your socks are rolled down, they'll fine you $5,000 for that. But if it's the first time, no good. But if it's habitual, they'll go hit him with the $5,000, and then hit him. If every single time after that they gave you the warning, it's going to be $5,000 a game.
Because Brad Quast, he former Eagle linebacker, we had him on the show before. He did that in Baltimore. He was walked around, made sure everybody was in their right proper.
Well, to give some context of the situation, he got fined $11,000, so he's now up to a total of $68,000 on the season. But it was after the first block field goal where he pointed at his ring finger, basically saying, I got a ring, you don't. I think that's just ridiculous to give a guy a fine for that.
Yeah, that's pretty nitpicky.
Yeah, I think the other thing is like, I think taunting and it's a good thing for football. It brings out competition. Like, it's like, I'm not saying you get carried away, but I don't want anybody to get hurt. But like,
you don't want to spit on anybody.
Yeah, don't spit on them. But like, I mean, I think if you're, some healthy competition, you catch a big ball, you stand over them, or you can't do any of that anymore.
Well, you know what it is? I'll say it because I can say it in a way that won't get Billy in trouble. Okay? It's the wussification of society.
Yeah, let him say that.
Okay? It's the idea that we live in a world where everyone's like, how many times did Billy say that be nicer? That
kinder, gentler.
Kinder, gentler.
It's getting so soft, man. It's just getting so soft.
It's really soft.
Well, speaking of kinder and gentle, I want to get back to a point that you made because Sunday Night Football last week after the game, Maria Taylor, who I had on, by the way, I've had her on my show. I've had Maria Taylor on. She's been in the locker room, man.
All right.
But she was interviewing Jalen Carter, or Jordan Davis.
And
he was, she was conducting an interview. He was in a room. You can see he was in like a little ante-room or whatever. Who comes walking in? Jalen
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts comes walking in, and he was like beaming that they were interviewing Jordan Davis.
Yeah, that's post-game, that's what he talked about. He's
Yeah.
like, I knew he was going to block it. It's neat because when you're in the offensive locker room, guys, you don't even see each other. You don't even know. Offense and defense are basically two different teams. But I think Jalen Hurts becomes a leader when he starts to care about what the defense is doing. And he didn't talk about my job. He talked about Jordan Davis and how much he believed in him. That means he's becoming more than just a quarterback. He's becoming the leader in that locker room.
Yeah, and it's good to see that because, you know, I stood next to him at the Maxwell dinner.
You look little.
He's huge. He's like Shaquille O'Neal almost.
He's a big boy.
These guys, I mean, he was going like 19 miles an hour. They said he was running.
He's moving.
18 miles per hour. He's the
No,
biggest.
19. They said 19.
He's the biggest man to ever have a 50-yard touchdown in the NFL.
Next Gen Stats said that was the fastest large man of all time in the last 20 years, according to Next Gen Stats.
That's amazing. All right, hour 1 is in the books. Hour 2's ahead of us. More Eagles talk. We'll be talking with the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here from LaScala's on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. Later today, the Birds head down to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers in Week 4.
1st and 10 Bucs up across the 40. Mayfield back, dancing around. He is sacked back at the 30.
Pregame coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Super Bowl champs play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet at $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Whether you're outside for work or just outside for fun, you need apparel and accessories that can keep up. At the Hub, you'll find it all. Lightweight shirts, cooling tees, shorts, hats, and boots, in sizes for men and women, including regular, big, and tall. The Hub has the brands you know and trust. Carhartt, Dickies, Timberland Pro, Wolverine, Wigwam, Levi's, and that's just the start. Need gear for the job site? They've got you covered. Looking for something comfortable for the weekend or the beach? They have that too. Stay cool with moisture-wicking fabrics, breathable button-ups, and lightweight work jackets for early mornings. The Hub is your summer destination for clothing that works as hard as you do. From rain gear to sun hats, steel-toe boots to casual sandals, they carry it all. Find the right fit, the right style, and the right price every time you shop.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep, bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer, now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
Nothing goes better together with championship football and playoff baseball than the Piccalilli Inn. For game time, skip the lame chains and order the Piccalilli Inn's world-famous wings for eat-in or carry-out in 6-packs to go. Get your chicken wing fix on Route 206 in Chemung, New Jersey. Visit Piccalilli.com.
South Jersey's official play-by-play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schwein with you, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, mainland product. Of course, Josh Hennig running the show here today. Alex Berard is back at the studio, and we're getting ready. This is a great place, man. I can't wait for game time. This place will fill up. All the TVs here. But while you're watching the game, you can also look at the Atlantic Ocean through palm trees.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
What are you going to get today? Get that meatball trio again?
Always the trio. I always get the ricotta cheese with the honey in it.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the
That's my sister's favorite.
It's the best.
I got a text message in.
Okay.
From somebody else who really enjoys Mr. Negadelphia's commercial about Elisa's shoes. Just like, that's our favorite thing. He's negative. He is negative about everything, except for Elisa's shoes. Yeah. What is it about Elisa's shoes that's so good?
I mean, listen, they're just, it's the customer service factor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
You really got some good customer service over there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right. Now, let's go to the top.
Shout out to PJ's mom.
She just texted you for real?
Yeah.
Okay. Speedy recovery to your mom. Had open heart surgery, so we wish her well and hope she makes a speedy recovery.
She's doing good. She's doing good, guys. Yeah.
She's the best.
Is she an Eagles fan?
The biggest.
So a big win would help her recovery.
I think it would help her for sure. You know what I mean?
All right, let's go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room my agent at the beach, a good friend of the locker room, a great guy, Mark Grimes. Good morning, Mark.
What?
Yo, so you're up. You were at the Ryder Cup, man. I heard the Americans are getting waxed. Yeah. So what was it? Was that at Bethpage? Is that where that is? That's where Joe Namath has his celebrity pro golf tour.
Pro-Am up there?
Yeah, Pro-Am up there. Yep. All right, now, Grimesy, last week, man, we were getting our predictions in. You guys all took the Eagles. I took the Rams, and you guys vilified me, man. You guys were killing me. And then in the first half, I looked like a genius. My brother was. What was Bobby texting you left and right? What was it? Listen to this, you guys. Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, but Grimes, you got to admit, you were concerned. It was 26-7 at halftime. You didn't think. Listen to him. Ah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him? There you go.
I literally see Grimesy every day at the car wash and then Starbucks. Every single day, me and him.
What do you guys send each other love letters on text messaging?
Yeah, he's always on the phone, so I make him hang up.
He rides up and down the boardwalk on his bike on the phone. He doesn't talk to anybody. He's on the phone the whole time.
He's a busy
guy. And
guy.
then he's got a guy with the big the horn scaring you to death.
Last week, Josh had to shut us up because me and him we were pretty close. Josh said, "Can you guys shut up? You can't hear Billy. He's trying to talk." I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
All right, Grimes.
Well, I mean, it's just radio etiquette, okay? I mean, I got these guys over here yip-yapping off the radio. They're so loud, and Billy's trying to actually, support his sponsors over here. Billy's trying to do his job, and you guys aren't helping him.
Well, I told him about how much P.J. got his house for, and he was like, "What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
He could have saved you. He could have saved you $1 or $2.
Yeah.
You should have gone with the Grimes, my agent at the beach.
I know. I got loyalty. My aunt's a realtor, so I had to go with that.
Boo!
I got loyalty,
All right, Grimes. Talk to me about the Eagles today. Tell me about the Eagles. How do you see this game shaking out?
Oh.
Give me a score, Grimesy. (30-27). That is a bit of a high-scoring game. Listen, here's the 3 quarterbacks that we faced: Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, and Matthew Stafford. So, I mean, if you look at all the total, the Eagles have the third lowest opponent completion percentage against those 3 quarterbacks. That's pretty good.
It's a tough schedule. Yeah.
So this is a really cool time. We got the Philadelphia Phillies, who, even though they lost last night, they secured a bye during the last week to get themselves enough time to rest and recuperate. Could you imagine this whole area if the Phillies and the Eagles both win their respective championships? Oh, my gosh. There's going to be a long line out. Hey, Grimes, there'll be a long line out in front of Pro Image Sports up there in the boardwalk in Ocean City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got the same sweatshirt Grimes
really?
had. Hey, and you know what? People like that sweatshirt so much that they busted in the front window right in front of that and stole those shirts out of there. It wasn't me, I
Somebody
swear.
broke the glass?
Yeah.
No
way.
Yeah.
Out,
Yep.
really?
They broke in. Yeah.
Get out.
Yep. Right. The Eagles shirt that you had that I just got, same one.
Get
Yep.
out.
They were grabbing those shirts, hats.
Yeah. I gotta call Johnny DeMaria and find out what happened.
Yeah, they broke in.
Oh, he's got it.
All right. Mark Grimes. All right, buddy. Thanks, Grimesy. We'll talk to you again. All right, see you. There's Mark Grimes on the Tom Sawyer Volkswagen Sports Hotline. He's got the Eagles winning 30-27.
It's a high-scoring game, yeah.
If it's 3.5, so he'd lose by a hook.
Yeah, by the
hook.
spread. Yeah, a little bit.
You as a player, as a former player, you guys never looked at the odds or anything.
Okay, so you know me good enough by now. I don't really care. We don't care about any of that. But there are some things where you know a team you usually know when you have their number. And you don't admit that somebody has yours ever. But you're like, gosh, why do we lose there? Sometimes you think it's the stadium. You don't like the lighting. You don't like this. You don't like that.
Temperature.
It's too hot for some of your guys. That will be a factor today. You're going to see guys cramp. They're going to be holding their calves.
I will say, it's funny. So I don't know if you guys were tracking what was going on in college football yesterday. I know you were flying back, Billy. But so this week, the Ole Miss LSU game was under extra scrutiny because it came out on social media that Lane Kiffin's daughter is dating one of the linebackers for LSU.
Get out.
So Lane Kiffin saw it. He retweeted it. And he said, take the over in the game. We're going to cover. And so then after the game, because Lane Kiffin, if you don't follow Lane Kiffin on social media, he's probably one of the best people. He's such a troll. It's hilarious. Right. Like, PJ, you would love him. He's the kind of guy that you'd be like, oh, I'd be best friends with this guy. Like, you would love him. So then after the game, they're in the middle of the interview, and he interrupts the interviewer, and he says, it's like, yo, I got to ask Wilt, did we cover?
See, I'm surprised that you think he would get fined for that.
Well, no, because he wasn't betting.
But
he was
the appearance of impropriety there would get him in trouble.
But it was funny because they didn't. But the funny is they covered the spread, but they didn't hit the over. But here's the side of it. He said Wilt is the guy his daughter is dating on the other team. So he's literally looking for the LSU linebacker after the game in the middle of the interview.
And that's especially when it comes to gambling.
Yeah,
they're really touchy
look what they
about
did
the
with Pete
college
Rose,
football.
man. Like, look what happened to him.
Well, you can't bet on your own game, though.
I think it's.
Like, I know professional athletes that bet sports, they just don't bet on their own.
I think
sport.
they should be allowed to bet on the game as long as they can only bet to win. You know, you're not throwing the game. You're going to try your hardest. I think
Well, remember
that's
that's why Pete Rose got in trouble.
Yeah.
You remember Pete Rose never bet against his
No, he
team.
bet
He always bet they would win, and part of the reason why he was in debt was because of the fact that his team only was winning like 70-some games a
That's
year.
like insider trading.
Bet it on itself. I think it's there should be something there.
All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. I'm going to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, we're broadcasting live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down and join us. We'll be watching the game here, enjoying all the great food out here at LaScala's. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Join the Sports Bash every Monday live at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Get your game on with the elevated bar and lounge, 12 slot machines, blackjack, roulette, and a dedicated area with 4 betting windows and 11 kiosks. The ultimate sportsbook experience. Go where fans become fanatics. The Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. And join the Sports Bash live from 2 to 6 with me, Mike Gill, every Monday.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale, and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com, because we're paying the sales tax.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemic. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemic sent you.
Level up your slots game this season with over 1,000 unique slots on DraftKings Casino. Play the classics, check out fan favorites, and go for glory with jackpots. More than 80 millionaires have already been crowned. Everyone gets a free chance at $5,000 in casino credits every day with new daily rewards rocket. Just log in, launch your rocket, and claim free rewards daily. Make your play on DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older. Physically present in New Jersey. Eligibility restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. 3 launches per day for rewards. Launches expire each day at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Non-withdrawable rewards and amounts vary per launch and are subject to game and expiration limits. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. sponsored by DK Crown Holdings, Inc.
School's back, and the savings are bigger than ever at Matt Black Kia's Back to Savings sales event with 0 down, 0% APR, and no payments for 90 days. That's right, 0% APR for 48 months on every clearly marked Kia with 0 down and no payments for 90 days. Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you released. If you have a job clearing $450 a week, we want to get you approved today. And with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, consider your hall pass, no questions asked, only at mattblackkia.com. Because when it comes to savings, it's got to be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine. Come on down and join us. We're going to be watching the Eagles game here. It's a great place to watch the game. They got these big screen TVs at the bar. You can sit and eat, have that great food at LaScala's P.J. Like that meatball trio. I know Klemic, you hightailed it out of there last week, but this week you're going to be hanging for a little bit, right?
I might hang for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, this place is the best place to go. If I have to go, it's because I got something to do with my kids.
It's like it's got that Miami feel, doesn't it?
It does.
PJ?
It's a great vibe here, guys. It is. It really is.
Well, PJ's a fancy guy. He's a
he's
fancy guy,
fancy,
right? So,
man.
On the scale, right? If you're thinking about, like, we got casinos here and this, that. Is this like the greatest place?
This is unbelievable.
Like you've seen it all.
Yeah, I mean, no, this is definitely the type. Like, if you were going to watch a football game and you were down the shore, this is the spot to do it. Yeah.
The first time I ever had a $300 plate of sushi was at Nobu with PJ. Okay, that's the only time. But I go, what is this sushi? I was like, oh my gosh, $300. And he's like,
how about when we went to the NHL draft, the Flyers draft? We went to the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
He goes in. Where do we eat afterwards? We ate in a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
He ordered everything on a menu.
Yep.
One time.
2 of those, 3 of those.
One time.
I mean, like a kid at candy store. I'll take 3 of those.
Remember, we went to Noodles of the World one time, and this is we do with Miro, and we go, order. It was a plate, like 10 of us, and he goes, yeah, order one of everything on the entire menu, and they came back with one of everything on the entire menu. We ordered the whole thing.
So come on down to LaScala's Beachhouse. We'll be broadcasting live until 12 noon, and then you get the Eagles' official pregame show from the station down there, up there with Mike and Merle on the call. You can listen to the game right here on 97.3 ESPN. Now, guys, Philadelphia leads the NFL in red zone. They're perfect in the red zone. Do you realize that?
Listen, once we get down there, we don't stop, you know?
They're 8 for 8 in 8 red zone drives. They're 100%. That is really, really good, Dave. You know how hard it is. They say the hardest yard to get is the one you need.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, I was talking about this earlier, but first down, our average per play, and this. If you do the math, we cannot lose. We cannot lose the game. If you just did 3.5 yards, 3.5 yards, 3.5 yards, and 1, where we always get it. Or that's already 10 yards. But we're like 1st and 9 because we know we can get the 1. We know we got 4th and 1. We can always get 1 yard. So you just have to average 3 yards per play, and you can't stop the Eagles.
So, PJ, let me ask you this question. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? We're 3-0, but Saquon Barkley really hasn't lit it up. He's only rushed for 194 yards in the 3 games. He's got 2 touchdowns, but it's not like they're holding him back, or it's just not getting the holes.
No, I think it's the focus, right? I think when you're going against us, and we had the leading rusher in the league last year, and I think they're focused
our
on
our expectations are higher while they're all keying on. They're
keying in on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the expectation that we're just a complete team. You keep focused on him, we're going to start throwing the ball.
Hey, Dave, the Eagles have played. They played the Dallas Cowboys. They played the Kansas City Chiefs. And they played the Rams. 3 tough games. 3-0. Tampa Bay, I mean, they're 3-0, but it's just not I think the Eagles have the hardest schedule in the league is what I'm trying to say to you. And the fact that they're 3-0 is unbelievable.
Well, typically they're going to give the Super Bowl champion the hardest schedule, but some of this is built out, years ahead. But you also you got to think that you're playing well on the road. If you're playing well on the road, that usually means something good. You can't win at certain stadiums, or
right.
It's very, for certain reasons. But the Eagles at 3-0 are different because I don't think they've actually. I think that we've lost 1 out of the last 20 games. So we're on a roll. We're on a big time roll.
PJ, ready for this? Jalen Hurts has completed 55 of 77 passes. Percentage is 71% completion rate. That's unbelievable. He's got 479 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's protected the ball. We're a little critical of him because he doesn't force it in there, but at the end of the day, he's not turning the ball over. And on top of that, he's got 100 passer rating, right on the nose, 100.5 passer rating. And he's got 117 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns himself, albeit the tush push, but still.
No, I mean, I'd like to see him throw the ball a little deeper. You know, sometimes we get caught up in these little tosses. He throws it 5-6 yards, we get a first down. But it'd be nice to see him go deep, spread out the defense a little bit, get them worried about the long ball. And I think if he does that, he's going to give Saquon some opportunities to start running and moving.
Dave, the tush push. I mean, there's a lot of people talking about the tush push. That the officiating can't be because they're so close. They're like right in the neutral zone. The defense, and we've also jumped a little bit. So they're giving the league fodder to outlaw this thing.
Well, they won't because of this. The reason why, if you understand sports science like I do, we have mechanical leverage against every single team. Our line average is 30 pounds heavier across the board, 2 inches taller. You get leverage from what? Height and weight.
Yeah, but getting low.
Getting low too, but your height and weight is we're much bigger on the line, so that gives you mechanical leverage, so you can't beat that. That's just something you don't even need strength for.
But Billy is right. There are obvious camera angles. They're jumping offside.
Oh, yeah, we got away with a couple.
But let me tell you, Josh, that's strategic. We know that the NFL officiates have a hard time judging the game, and we use it to our advantage. You know, they miss stuff all the time. You know what I mean? It's like you could go through back and look at videos, and they miss fails all the time.
But see, it's kind of like, we just talked about the unsportsmanlike stuff, right? If the league is going to be hyper-enforcing the unsportsmanlike, if they decide to hyper-enforce, false starting,
it could become a problem.
Then it could be a situation where
that's
maybe
a non-reviewable thing, right? A false start.
Well, currently it's not reviewable. Right. Well, what if this offseason, instead of making the push illegal, they make false starting a reviewable play?
Here's another thing to this tush push thing. You got a couple teams that voted against it, the outlaw. They're using it themselves. Like I think the Chargers, the Bills, they've all used it.
Well, you know who didn't vote against it? Is the team we're playing today.
Tampa Bay.
Because Todd Bowles has been very vocal in saying, he's like, it's my job to stop you. He's like, I look forward to the opportunity to try to stop you. And there was a lot of suspicion that, the reason why, so there's a guy named Desmond Watson. They drafted him. The guy's like 400 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
And the theory is out there that they drafted him for the express reason because the Bucs want to have a strategy against tush push. The bad news is he won't be playing today, so he won't be caught up.
He was on the practice squad, right?
He's on the practice squad, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. You're trying to create mechanical leverage against that play. Now, people try to get under it and get low, but they still have to go against our snap count.
Right.
So they have to wait. They're waiting, so we're going to have the reaction time.
The offense obviously has the advantage. Well, my only problem is if you're going to tush push, if you're going to allow the offense to push from behind, you got to let the defense to push from behind. That's outlawed. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah,
correct.
That I agree. I agree with you.
It is logistically an unfair advantage.
PJ, here's a stat for you that to me is just like, it's really weird. Because
when did you become a stat guy?
Not that I'm a stat guy. Well, I mean, you look at this, it's an eye-opener.
Okay,
we're 3-0. We're the 27th ranked offense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, we could – there's still room for improvement for sure. I mean, it's not like we're –
There's that Mr. Negadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's room for improvement for sure.
Well, this is why I go back to Kevin Patullo. I want the offensive coordinator to get his head out of the sand, stop acting like you've seen a football game for the first time in your life, and start calling plays. Dave, you mentioned about how when you were in Kansas City, you would run no huddle, right? And you would still run the ball out of no huddle, but you were going no huddle with Trent Green and Priest Holmes and those guys. So there's nothing wrong with the Eagles saying, all right, maybe if we up the tempo, if we change how we're doing things, maybe we'll get into a rhythm and that'll help our quarterback. What a concept, right?
And I'll be honest with you, I'd like to see this happen. We always do the tush push when it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. We utilize it on a 3rd and 1. I'd like to see us fake it one time. Everybody's in the box crunching. They know we're going to do it. It'd be a great opportunity.
Keeping them honest.
Yeah, to keep them honest. Make sure they're not just jumping in and diving in there and stacking the box.
It's funny you mention that because if you look back at the game on Sunday, 2 of Hurts' best plays were off of play action. Where he was under center, 3-step drop, boom. And the one pass, I mean, A.J. Brown, he was almost like, oh, snap, the ball's right on me.
And you know what? Here's another aspect of the game, and Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, But you know what we don't see? You see play action out of a shotgun. You don't get you don't get the bite. If a quarterback's under center and then you do a play action pass, that freezes the linebackers. Give the receivers a little bit more time to get open.
Yeah, and also another thing that I think we should implement that Tampa does sometimes is they use a fullback. And if you use a fullback, they have to regulate. They can't do fancy blitzes when you use a fullback.
Right.
So it makes them, because it's unfamiliar ground now, so they just have to go, all right, go back to what works against that. And it regulates the fancy blitzes because those fullbacks can pick up blitzes and kill your linebackers and kill your corners. Corners don't want to be tacklers.
No.
So when you have a fullback in there and they go get that safety and go get that corner, they don't want to do that game. They don't want to play. So if you make the corners be tacklers with fullbacks, they have to change the defense, and it makes it more predictable. We should do that.
Yeah.
Do we have a guy that can play fullback? We should use Jordan Davis. My suggestion.
Well, we did. His name was Ben Van Sumer, and then he tore his knee on the first play of the season, and that's when Jalen Carter walked over to Dak Prescott and spit on him.
Oh,
because
that
spitting incident never would have happened if Ben Van Sumer wasn't so stupid and tore up his knee on the first play of the game. I obviously say that in jest a little.
By the way, you know who has the most tackles for a defensive tackle in the NFL right now?
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis. He's got 16 tackles. Leads the NFL.
He wants to be the guy.
Not playing
Are
around.
you ready to make a bet today?
Oh.
You owe Grindy $10.
All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Good in. Say hello to Will, JM, Chet. They do a great job. All right, I do want to tell you about LaScala's Beachhouse. We love it here. It's a great place to watch the NFL. It's a great place to eat. It opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at LaScala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScala's, Beachhouse.com. Let's eat. And we're broadcasting live for our Eagles pregame show right here at LaScala's. Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Ryan Ranke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Mike Golick and I have the call as Jordan Love and the Packers head south for a matchup with the Cowboys. Of course, it also marks the return of Micah Parsons to Dallas, where he became a pass-rushing star. Can Parsons make Dak Prescott and the Cowboys regret his trade to Green Bay? Join us to find out. Packers and the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Protect your home and auto by bundling them with Progressive, and you'll have a little less to worry about. But we know you'll find other things to worry about. Like that text you just got from your boss? Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Oh, hey, call me when you get a sec. Yeah, this is bad. Oh, well, at least you protected your home and auto with Progressive, so you don't have to worry about that. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I thought I was invincible.
Just a couple times turned into I lost count and gained an addiction.
I went from being ashamed to being optimistic for what comes next.
All it took was a call for help.
Letting people in let me finally start healing.
Addiction might be part of the story, but it doesn't have to be the end.
Call 844-REACH-NJ for 24/7 judgment-free addiction support or go to reachnj.gov.
A message from New Jersey Human Services.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine. Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig with you, taking you right up to 12 o'clock, getting you ready for Eagles football. And this is a great place to watch the Eagles game. Come on down to LaScala's and join us at the bar here and grab a great meal, have a couple adult beverages.
Well, and join us. Just have fun with us.
And
We're
just
here.
have fun
Come
with
hang
us.
out
Come
with
on
us.
down.
We're a great time. We're a great time.
PJ, I know Dave's not playing fantasy football because you know what? He was a
set
him and forget him kind of guy. Josh kicked him out.
I thought we were friends.
My team stinks, and there's nothing more than being on a bad team.
I just want to say I'm the best kind of friend because I'll be honest with you.
I get last place every year.
That's true, Josh. You want the guy that's honest. That's right.
My team stinks, PJ.
Now, listen, it's a long season. There's a lot of dropping and picking up if you want to stay at the top. You got to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, Connor went out. You got to pick up the backup.
I'm demoralized.
Well, don't get down on yourself. You just got to keep looking for these guys.
Well, maybe my next guest will cheer me up. Now it's time for the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, and spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com. Call them for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room my fantasy football guru and yours, Brian Hartley. Good morning, Guru. Let's hope the Eagles don't do that today. Let's hope they show up. All right, Guru. Hey, Guru, I got to tell you, you just heard me say, I'm 0-3. My team, I don't know what the heck's wrong with me, man. I can't buy a win. The only change that I can make, really, is I'm going to get rid of the Eagles' defense, and I'm going to get – because I have the Packers' defense. But that's the only adjustment that I can make because my bench is even much better than my starters.
Well, you can trade.
Yeah. No. And not only, just the fantasy football gods are not going in my favor this year. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, it's going to be hit or miss, right? You know what I mean? There's going to be weeks where some of these guys are going to overperform and some are under, but you just got to, keep looking at the matchups and making sure you're playing the right players. I think a lot of it's, like you had said, management of what guys should be on the bench that week.
Have you made a lot of trades, or do you
I haven't. No, I haven't traded a lot. Too early for me to be trading, giving up on them just yet. You know what I mean? But when you see an area where you're double stacked, where you have two good defenses,
right?
That's an opportunity for you to get someone else in there. Bill,
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good piece of advice there, Guru.
All right, Brian, let's get to some of the big picture actives, inactives right now for a lot of teams around the league. So we should mention really quick, because they are playing the Bucs today. Baker Mayfield has been activated. Chris Godwin has been activated, but no Mike Evans. So, Guru, let's ask you. First of all, do you trust the Bucs offense without Mike Evans? And two, are you leaning into potentially someone like Sterling Shepard for the Bucs as a potential option? Bengals offense looked like trash last week. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, those are two high draft picks for a lot of people. What is your advice there? Are you telling people to maybe put those guys on the bench with somebody else in the lineup until further notice? And finally, it looks like Justin Fields, he has been confirmed. He is going to return from Monday Night Football, a matchup of the Jets and the Dolphins, two of the worst defenses in all of football. So are you telling folks, hey, don't worry about Monday night. Keep playing your guys because you have guys going up against trash defenses?
All right, Fantasy Football Guru, now it's time for your picks for Week 4 in the NFL. All right, Fantasy Football Guru, now let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. How do you see this game shaking out? Give us your prediction. 24-16. Last week you had Brian. You had them at you had the Eagles winning 27-17 last week. Hartley. really? Of course, you can catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN. Mike and Merle with the call. You can hear it if you're taking the kids to Playland today. You can listen to the Eagles game at Playland while your kids are on the rides. Brian, as always, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go, Birds, and we'll talk to you next week. All right, go Birds. There's my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, and spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com and call them for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. Of course, the gurus on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. And I'm just a little depressed because my team. But you're right. I got to stick with these guys because eventually, like I'm looking at my lineup right now too, and like Marvin Harrison Jr. He only had 18 points, and I'm against Metcalf. He's already got 20. He's playing right now.
Yeah, they're going to have their weeks.
Over in Ireland, right?
You can't drop them just yet. You know what I mean? They're going to have their weeks where they're going to overperform and under.
Dave, what do you think about fantasy football?
Well, I was like, I'm looking up the Penn State score actually last night. I was like, I'm in no league right now. So
it's like we're talking about Phillies baseball when we're in the studio. He puts his feet up on the desk.
Yeah, he can't even get in there.
I'll pay attention during playoffs.
By the way, selfishly, I got that game right last night, Penn State, Oregon. I told you to take Oregon to cover the spread. I took the over. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Listen,
you got to listen to Josh for those picks, man.
Here's the thing.
You're welcome.
Alex, and chime in if you want to, Alex. But, like, I'm
State guy,
I'm tired
Alex,
of Penn State playing free cupcakes at the beginning of the season. Only when they get into a big game, they get wet. You know what I mean?
Can I just take the floor on this one, honestly?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Penn State grad here. I'm just more mad at myself that I keep falling for this trap. This is the year. This is the year it's going to happen. James Franklin's going to be able to show up. No, it's never going to happen. Drew Allar cannot show up in a big game. He never will be able to. He fumbled the game last night. But I just want to say, though, I hate the fact. It's kind of like the Eagles offense, actually. They wait too late in these games to start opening up the playbook. Drew Allar starts throwing the ball downfield, making these deep completions. Once it's the fourth quarter and we're down by 2 possessions, open that playbook up once we're in the first quarter. Then we can get some momentum. We don't have to be in this close game.
Yeah.
By the way, Alex, you're so mad. You literally said the quarterback's last name incorrectly.
Allard.
It's Allard.
That's how
you just added a D.
You just added right now.
Josh, you just added a D to the end of his last name. No, it is not Allard.
See, the other thing. Here's another thing too, Alex. Your alma mater. They'll get 10 wins a season. But
I don't care. I want James Franklin gone. I want Franklin gone.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I mean, their whole thing is you got to beat Michigan, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
you can beat all the other games, but you can't beat Michigan.
They can't do that either.
They can't beat Michigan. They can't beat Ohio State.
Drew Aller, whatever Josh says, he's 0-6 in top 6 games in his career at Penn State.
James Franklin all-time only has 2 wins against top 10 teams.
And over 20 losses.
So is it time to say goodbye to James Franklin?
Yes, but they just gave him this 10-year extension a few years ago. He's not going
anywhere. Yeah, you can't get rid of
anywhere.
him now. You're stuck with him.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Trust me, I know.
He's not happy about it.
By the way, you know who saved his job? You know who saved his job last night was Kellen DeBoer. That win by Alabama at Georgia was a huge deal for him because he's been under a lot of fire.
So, you know what was really cool? So, my brother-in-law passed away. I had to fly to Georgia. I had to fly to Atlanta, Georgia. And when you're in that airport, all you saw was Alabama and Georgia people coming into town, or like just everybody was all Georgia bulldogged up or Alabama tied up. There was I at least saw a lot of LSU in the airport, but you could feel the intensity just walking just around the Peeps. They take their college football series down in the Southeast.
Oh, yeah, it's big down there. Oh, yeah.
I do want to bring it back to the Eagles. One inactive, Adoree Jackson, is out for tonight's game.
Right.
Oh, okay.
All right. There you go.
Keely Ringo time.
On the other side, we're going to get our
Georgia.
predictions. I can't wait to hear your prediction, Dave.
I got a good one.
All right.
It's probably the same as yours.
Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Philly Man, the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is brought to you, that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up and get our predictions. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. Later today, the Birds head down to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers in Week 4.
First and 10 Bucs up across the 40. Mayfield back, dancing around. He is sacked back at the 30.
Pregame coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Super Bowl champs play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're #1.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet at $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at LaScala's Beachhouse in Brigantine. What a place this is. Come on down and watch the Eagles game with us. The whole locker room crew will be here. Great big screen TVs. The food's phenomenal. Great ambiance. You can watch the game, and also you're looking at the Atlantic Ocean through palm trees. Can't beat that, PJ.
Can't beat it, man.
I was kind of, when we were talking about fantasy football, I kind of look out the window, and I can see dolphins,
fantasy.
and the waves are huge, and there's dolphins, like, all over the place outside Brigantine.
This is really cool. All right, Josh, we got some text messages you got?
Yeah, my bad. So really quick. So Alex mentioned Dory Jackson's been rolled out, but the other interesting name is Azeez Ojulari. Remember, they just put Nolan Smith on the injured list. Apparently, Azeez Ojulari is such a useless individual that when you lose your starting defensive end, that he's a useless defensive end to play. So, like, that's a pretty bad sign. Like, he looks like he's this year's Bryce Huff. Texts that were coming in throughout the show. Let's get to you really quick. Steven Ventnor chimes in. He thinks the Eagles should play more base defense. Let's get a shadow on Emeka Egbuka on the outside because you're going to have Cooper DeJean on Chris Godwin, who's returning to on the inside. He says he thinks that Campbell should be a spy for Baker Mayfield. Your thoughts, Dave Klemic?
Good take. Get him on the show. Good take.
Don't puff him up too much. See, Steve doesn't need his ego puffed. I know Steve.
No, I think DeJean playing that inside receiver like today because I think Chris Godwin's back. Is he healthy today?
He's playing for the first time since last October.
So he'll be back.
He had
Mike
ankle
Evans is out.
surgery.
So he'll be playing their number 2. Normally they're going to put Quinton Mitchell on their number 1, which this week will be
Emeka Egbuka.
So you'll see him on that matchup. I'm telling you, DeJean's having a pick today. 100%.
Dan EHC says, I still have so much hate for the Buccaneers. I will never forget the championship game, and they closed the vet, and then they ruined it for all of us.
I was there. Didn't one of the twins, who's the twin?
Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber intercepted the ball with our 2 or 3 yard line, took it all the way back.
Joe Jaravicious.
It's horrible.
And then finally, Evan in Little Lake Harbor says, I'm really tired of hearing you guys talk about Jalen Carter. He is not a force multiplier. He might add to the offense, but he is replaceable. He is not like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. Jalen has already hit his ceiling. That's from Evan in Little Lake Harbor.
All right, there you go. All right, Josh, now it's time for our picks for an Eagles victory. We hope with you. You start us off, Josh. What do you think?
So I gave my pick out yesterday on Hanging with Hennig, Saturdays, 12 to 3 p.m., following the locker room on 97.3 ESPN. I think it's actually going to be a low-scoring game. I think both teams are going to be suffering through the heat. So I got the Eagles winning 22-20.
22-20. All right, they don't even cover. Alex, back at the studio. What do you got?
I also agree with Josh. I do think it's going to be a low-scoring game today, with the heat and everything like that. And I'm curious to see if the offense actually does adjust from last week, picking up in the second half. I do have Eagles 20, Tampa Bay 7.
20-7. P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia. What say you?
I'm going the other way. I think that we have a bad track record here, and now that we found out Baker's playing, I see us losing this game and reconstructing. So I think I'm going to take Tampa. I'm going to say it's going to be 24-20.
24-20.
Still close.
Tampa Bay Bucs. What do you say, Dave?
Well, so this is my interesting take. This is why it's interesting because I'm going high scoring by the Eagles. I'm going 33-20 and Eagles. And the reason that is I think the preseason's over. I think we knocked the rust off. Everybody's ready. They had fun last week. When you have that swag and you have a quarterback that's questionable on the other side, even though Baker Mayfield is a competitor, this is going to be 33-20.
33-20. Now, I hear what you said. I listened to everybody's take. We talked about who's playing, who's in, who's out. It's a tough one for me because last week I think they got lucky. They won that game. They got very lucky, and I predicted them to lose. I'm starting to think the way you're thinking, PJ. And I hate to do this because we all want, we're going to be watching here. We want them to win.
I want them to,
but I just don't see it. I think the bad luck continues, and I think I think Tampa Bay wins this game, and I think they win it 27-23. How about that?
I think you're on par.
2 weeks in a row with you being negative.
But then
teams, man.
Well, I'm sitting next to PJ, and he rubs off on me.
Yeah, true.
Like you guys believe in those? That you believe in that we have they have it out for us.
So let me ask you.
I don't believe.
Well, let me ask you this question, Dave. You know when the people prognosticators they say, "Oh, this is a bad place for the team. They have a hard time getting up for this game. It's a loss." Do you buy into that?
Only because only one time I think I told you guys I didn't like playing in St. Louis because I hated the lighting. I couldn't see the ball. It was weird, and I didn't like the turf. I didn't like it. It felt bad, but that was just me, and I didn't feel like we could win in St. Louis.
Well, once again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope
I'm wrong too. I hope so.
But you're honest.
But I think that's what's going to happen.
All right. Hey, I want to thank Scott Grayson. He's with us every week. We get the keys of the game with Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz Market. Thanks to him. Thanks to my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar. Thank you, Dave Klemic, Clement M. Thank you, P.J. Corda, for coming out, Mr. Negadelphia. Josh Hennig, great job, as always. And Alex Ferraris back in the studio. Great job. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Let's go, Birds. Come on down to LaScala's.
The preceding